with the winter anime season finally being over and the spring season having started already technically, I really need to figure out what I'm going to watch this season. So this video will be exactly that. I will be going through livechart.me, seeing exactly what anime is on in spring and figuring out what I will be watching and sharing with you guys throughout the spring season. The spring season of anime is looking extremely stacked and I'm excited to get through a lot of these, honestly. I'm not just going to do one or two like I previously did. Like, this is honestly the first time I'm properly following an anime release season. Like, previously I watched Attack on Titan as soon as it dropped, of course, but I basically only kept up with Attack on Titan at the time. I didn't actually keep up with like the general anime community. So this is very different for me, but I'm definitely super excited to get into a lot of these new seasonal anime. I'm sure they're going to be amazing, and I'm sure you guys will enjoy my reactions to them. Now, all of these won't be on YouTube. Some of these, maybe the less popular ones or ones that I just don't have time to edit, will be on Patreon. But the main ones, like The Rising of the Shield Hero, spoiler alert, I will be watching that, will be on the channel. But I'll explain all that in the video as we go along, and it's about time we get into things. If you guys do enjoy this video and you don't want to miss my reactions to any of the series listed in the video, then make sure to subscribe. It's a great way of showing your support, and it assures that you won't miss these reactions once they actually drop, you know? And if you're excited, then a like on the video does also help massively, but once again, you don't have to do anything if you don't want to. But with that being said, guys, let's get right into this. So the first anime we're going to look at is actually One Piece. Now, I know this is ongoing, but here's the thing. I really want to start a long-term reaction series on the channel, and I do think spring might be the time I finally start watching and uploading One Piece content to the channel. So if you guys do want One Piece, I'm going to need you to comment down below and let me know, because it's very important, you know. For a long-term series like this, it's going to need to get quite a bit of support, you know, so I can stick by it and not, quote-unquote, waste my time. You know, it sounds bad to say, but these videos take a long time to edit and everything, so if a video is seriously underperforming on the channel, it makes me kind of want to drop the series, and sometimes I am forced to do that. So if you want One Piece, I'm going to need a lot of support on this video and the reactions once they drop. But I've heard great things, and I know the One Piece community is awesome, so let's quickly read this. Monkey D. Luffy refuses to let anyone or anything stand in the way of his quest to become the king of all pirates. With a course charted for the treacherous waters of the Grand Line and beyond, this is one captain who will never give up until he's claimed the greatest treasure on Earth, the legendary One Piece. Sounds pretty interesting. Now, I'm pretty sure, right? The only thing I know about One Piece is, once again, it's about pirates, right? But I also know, if TikTok hasn't lied to me, that Luffy is 5'8", right? He is. So I am the same height as Luffy. That is all I know from TikTok. But yeah, One Piece is definitely an anime that I've been wanting to get into for a little while now. And obviously it is a massive commitment, but I do think I'm going to finally get into it, guys. Hopefully. But now let's get into the actual seasonal stuff. Okay, not the ongoing stuff. So we're going to go with The Rising of the Shield Hero Season 2. Now, as you all know, I reacted to The Rising of the Shield Hero very recently. I just watched and completed the first season a few days ago. Now, that's not all on the channel because, once again, as I've been saying, the Shield Hero series massively underperformed due to it being so old and everything. It was just one of those ones that didn't perform well on the channel. But all the full-length reactions are available on the Patreon if you guys do want to watch those. They're great. Honestly, the full-length reactions are better content, but obviously I cannot upload those to YouTube, so if you guys would like to look at those and see my reaction to all the satisfying moments of last season and all the crazy twists, then definitely check that out. But Season 2 is actually looking very interesting. Now, I've not seen anything about this. I will be watching the trailer to Season 2, or all trailers, I think there's 3, in part 2 of this video, where I watch all the anime Spring 2022 trailers. But yeah, so Naofumi Iwatani, an ordinary college student, is summoned to another world as one of the 4 cardinal heroes, the Shield Hero. Despite false accusations and a series of misfortune, Naofumi joined forces with his dear companions Raphtalia, Hilo, and Melty to protect people from the waves of catastrophe. With his achievements and help from Queen Melremark, Naofumi regains his honor and now owns a territory. He prepares to counter the next wave. Yes, he does. I'm so glad he's got his own land now. It's so awesome. I cannot wait to see how that all progresses. However, it is said that the Spirit Tortoise, A monster that will bring forth an unprecedented disaster has been resurrected in the country of Spirit Tortoise Kingdom, east of Melremark. Upon a request from the Queen to subdue the Spirit Tortoise, Naofumi sets off for the Spirit Tortoise Kingdom along with his new party member, Alicia. I think that's how it's pronounced, maybe? I'm not sure. While the allied forces gather, Aharen, concubine to the King of the Spirit Tortoise Kingdom and regent of the country, appears before Naofumi. She informs Naofumi of a person who forcefully resurrected the Spirit Tortoise. Will Naofumi subdue the Spirit Tortoise and reach the mastermind? The shield hero stands up once again to protect all things dear to him. Well, that's quite the synopsis. Okay, that is going to be a very, very interesting and wild season. I'm excited to meet Alicia. I hope that's pronounced. Maybe it's Licia. I'm not too sure. Lisha could be that as well. I don't know. Names like that aren't like typical names, I struggle with pronouncing until I actually hear them said. So that's going to be interesting, but that seems awesome. Definitely excited for Season 2 of Rising of the Shield Hero, and that is something that you can definitely expect on the channel. Now, here is the second one, Kaguya-Sama, Love is War. So, as you guys can see, this is the third season of Kaguya-Sama, which means that I will not be reacting to it because I've not actually watched the first 2 seasons. However, if you guys want me to react to those, do let me know in the comments. I can do them on Patreon or YouTube, depending on a bunch of different variables. But this is one that I definitely do want to do sometime in the future, just cannot do right now. Then we've got third up, Spy Family. Everyone has a part of themselves they cannot show to anyone else. At a time when all nations of the world were involved in a fierce war of information happening behind closed doors, Ostania and Westalis had been in a state of cold war against one another for decades. The Westalis Intelligence Services Eastern Focus Division sends their most talented spy, Twilight, on a top secret mission to investigate the movements of Donovan Desmond, the chairman of Ostania's National Unity Party, who is threatening peace efforts between the 2 nations. This mission is known as Operation Strix. It consists of putting together a family in 1 week in order to infiltrate social gatherings organized by the elite school that Desmond's son attends. Twilight takes on the identity of psychiatrist Lloyd Forger and starts looking for family members, but Anya, the daughter he adopts, turns out to have the ability to read people's minds, while his wife Yor is an assassin. With it being in each of their own interest to keep these facts hidden, they start living together while concealing their true identities from one another. World peace is now in the hands of this brand new family as they embark on an adventure full of surprises. Okay, now that sounds awesome. I don't think I've seen any anime like this yet. I mean, I know I haven't. I've watched just a few anime thus far. And once again, that means I can react to pretty much anything you want on the channel down the line, right? Because I'm still very new to anime. I've only seen Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, One Punch Man, half of Jujutsu Kaisen, a bit of My Hero Academia. There's more. There's more that I can't remember off the top of my head. Shield Hero, of course. So yeah, there's going to be plenty more that I can react to. But this, Spy Family, is definitely on the list. I will be reacting to it next week, as soon as it drops, actually. In 6 days. As soon as it drops, you can expect an episode, a reaction on the channel. So if you want to see that, definitely hit the sub button. It's going to be a great, great series, and I'm super excited for it. And then we have Komi Can't Communicate Season 2. So I did actually start Season 1 of Komi Can't Communicate, but I got 2 episodes in and I got overwhelmed with a bunch of stuff and I couldn't continue it. So I can finish it and then we can get into some Komi Season 2 for Patreon, for example. But I don't think this is one that I will be posting on the channel. Not right now anyway. Maybe if you guys really want to see it, comment down below and I'll consider it. But I do still need to catch up with Season 1, having only seen 2 episodes. So the first episode wouldn't be dropping on release date anyway. Just saying. And then we have Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie, or Kawaii Dake Yanai Shikimori-san. So, I've never seen this, straight up, obviously, it's new, right? But I haven't read the manga. The ultimate heartthrob girlfriend appears. Naturally unlucky high school student, Izumi's girlfriend is his classmate Shikimori. She has a beautiful smile and kind personality and always seems happy when she's with Izumi. She's a pretty, cute, and loving girlfriend, but when Izumi's in trouble, she transforms into a super cool heartthrob girlfriend. The fun lives of the cute and cool Shikimori, Izumi, and their good friends never end. This 1000% precious romantic comedy begins now. Okay, so this is one I might watch. This is a maybe for me right now. this is one I definitely will be watching the trailer for in a couple of days, or not in a couple of days, I'll be doing it today, but the video won't be uploaded on the same day as this, I don't think. But this is one I'm definitely looking into, and I might watch on the channel. It's just going to be, we'll have to wait and see, pretty much. But this is on my maybe list right now. I actually have my own notepad full of everything that I'll be watching, so I'll write that down. And we'll see. But I think I'll watch this, for sure. But I don't know if it'll be uploaded on the Patreon. On the YouTube, sorry. This will definitely be uploaded on Patreon. You can expect the full reactions on there. But I maybe won't upload it on the YouTube. I still have to wait and see. But seems exciting nonetheless. Definitely a rom-com, which we love. We love a good rom-com. Everyone does, right? Okay, that's... No, not everyone does, but I do enjoy them. Then we've got Date A Live 4. I haven't seen the previous seasons of this title, so I will be skipping this once again. And then we go into The Greatest Demon Lord is reborn as a typical nobody. Or Shijou Saikyo no Daimao Murabito ani Tensei Suru. I hope I pronounced that somewhat right. That's my first attempt at ever reading that. But let's hope I got there at least partially. The most powerful demon lord in history, Varvatos, felt that he had accomplished everything he could as a king. Because he was so alone due to how powerful he was, he longed for a much simpler life. A few millennia later, he is reborn as the villager Ard Meteor. But in the future where he was reborn, magical civilization had declined and magic itself had become weaker. My guy is literally called Ard Meteor. What the hell? That is such a sick name. I really, really like that. Okay, so I've never heard anyone being called Ard before. The only thing I know that begins with Ard is a place called Ard Skellig in The Witcher 3, right? But that's a cool ass name. My guy's literally got Meteor as a second name in a civilization where magic has become weaker. Interesting. Ard enrolls into the Academy of Magic with his childhood friend Irina, and no matter how much he tries not to stand out, he can't hide the fact that he is not ordinary. He's constantly surrounded by people awestruck by him, and many try to approach him. Meanwhile, the demons of the world who once struck fear into the hearts of the people have also gone into hiding. Will the former demon lord be able to achieve the peaceful and mundane life he's always dreamed of? A heroic academy life fantasy filled with chaos is about to begin. That is actually a very interesting twist. So, he's an incredibly powerful demon lord, right? Reborn as a villager. And he's got extreme powers and everything. But he just wants to live a peaceful and mundane life. That is very interesting, actually. This is one I will probably watch, and I think I will upload this to the channel as well. So, that's awesome. Yes. I think this one is a yes. So currently we've got Shield Hero, yes. One Piece, yes, obviously. I'm not sure when that'll be starting, but sometime in spring. Spy Family. Shikimori's not just a cutie, he's a maybe and yes on Patreon. The Greatest Demon Lord is reborn as a typical nobody. That is a yes. And then we go into Skeleton Knight in another world. Or Gaikotsu Kishi-sama Tadaima Isekai e Odekakechu. Odekakechu. That's not pronounced right. But here we go. When Ark wakes up, he discovers that he had been transported to another world in the body of the character he was playing in an MMO. Looking like a suit of armor on the outside and a skeleton on the inside, he is the Skeleton Knight. If his identity is discovered, he could be mistaken for a monster and become a target. Ark decides to spend his time as a mercenary so as to not attract attention to himself. However, he's not the kind of man who can stand idly by when he witnesses evil acts take place right before his eyes. This isekai fantasy series about the Skeleton Knight's unintentional quest to make the world a better place has arrived. This seems very interesting once again, and I feel like I'm saying yes to way too many of these. But this is one that I definitely want to watch. Okay? I might have to keep you guys updated with some of these yeses in the comments, whether they'll actually be a yes on the YouTube, or if they'll just be a yes on the Patreon. Because this, once again, is the one that I really want to do on YouTube as well. But as a solo YouTuber, I don't have a group of people or a team that can help me edit videos or anything. I can't afford an editor, and I do everything myself. So I can't upload 10 different seasonal animes at the same time. But it's also doing My Hero, Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan ends actually today at the time of recording. But yeah, I cannot do everything, so I have to wait and see. But then we go into I'm quitting heroing. After saving humanity from the despicable Demon King, Leo Demonheart does not earn a hero's standing. Instead, he's rewarded with a suspicion and hostility by those he fought to protect. Treated as a pariah with nowhere else to turn, exiled Leo seeks a position in the army of his former nemesis. The army is not what it once was, before his defeat at Leo's hands, so to maintain his new position, Leo must whip the forces back into fighting shape. Okay, this sounds pretty interesting. This is probably one that I won't be watching on the YouTube, I'm not too sure. It's a maybe for the Patreon, but I still have to watch the trailer to this, which will be coming in part 2 of this video, where I watch all the anime trailers for spring. But this seems like a maybe. It seems actually really interesting, and if this season wasn't so stacked, I would maybe watch it for YouTube. But currently I don't think I will. Once again, nothing said in this video is 100% certain, but you can... It's like a 50-50, maybe like a 60-40, you know, what I say. It still all depends on the timing and everything, you know. I don't know what day these episodes drop. If 3 drop on the same day, I won't be able to do them all right away. But, you know, we'll figure that out as we get there. But then we go into Aharen-san wa Hakarenai. The story follows the indecipherable daily life of the short and quiet Reina Aharen and Raidu, who sits next to her in class. Aharen is not so good at gauging the distance between people, or her personal boundaries, and Raidu initially sensed some distance between the two of them. Then one day, when Raidu picked up the eraser that Aharen had dropped, the distance between them suddenly became uncomfortably close. From way too distant to way too close, Aharen is simply unpredictable. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, this is one I likely will skip, I think, maybe? I'm not too sure. But this sounds like when I had a crush at school, and I would always ask her for the pencil just as any sort of way to have a conversation. But this is one that I'll probably avoid for now. I think this is one of the trailers that I will be reacting to, so that could change. But right now it's a very unlikely maybe for the Patreon. It's a no on YouTube. Then we go into Ascendance of a Bookworm Season 3. Once again, it's a Season 3. I have not watched the previous seasons. I can do down the line, but this one is not one that I'll be doing on Patreon or YouTube anytime soon. Then we go into Trapped in a Dating Sim. Now, is this Season 1? I think it is. I think it is, although I have heard the name before, so I'm not too sure, but I'll read it anyway. Trapped in a dating sim, the world of Otome games is tough for mobs. I'll rise up even if I'm a mob. Oh wait, I should probably try and read it in Japanese as well, right? Why not? Otome game sekai is probably... I don't know how you'd say game in Japanese. Otome game sekai wa mob ni kibishi sekai desu. Hopefully that was okay-ish. I'm not too sure. Once again, I don't speak Japanese just yet. Hopefully down the line, right? Once I continue learning, but we'll see. I'll rise up even if I'm a mob. Leon, a former office worker, is reincarnated into an Otome game, which I'm not too sure what it is. Maybe an RPG game? Of swords and magic. In this largely female-dominated world, the only males who aren't oppressed are the handsome prince's entourage, the male adversaries in the game. Interesting. However, Leon has a secret weapon to help him amidst the despair and oppression, knowledge of the very game he is trapped in. Putting aside his aspirations to lead a peaceful life in the countryside, he utilizes his knowledge of the game to start a revolution against the girls and his male adversaries. Wow, very interesting. Okay. This is one I definitely need to watch the trailer for, I think. Let me quickly see if it's on there for me. Is this one of the trailers I'm watching? I don't think this is one of the trailers that I plan to watch. So I think this is one that I'm actually going to skip. But if you guys want me to watch it, then definitely let me know. And I will let you know if I do decide to watch it or not. Then we go into A Couple of Cuckoos. Or Kako no Linazuke. Mixed up with another family's child as a baby, high school student Umino Nagi is finally meeting his biological parents. On the day of their meeting, he happens to encounter Amano Erika, a high school student at a prestigious and wealthy girls' school. At her request, he's half forced into pretending to be her boyfriend so she can avoid marrying her fiancé. Ayo. That's one way of getting out of things. God damn. However, not only were they babies who had been mixed up, they're also engaged to each other. The loving parents of both families officially recognize their engagement, and the couple begins living together. Nagi is in love with his classmate Sagawa Hiro and Erika is determined to rebel against their father, the couple agree not to get involved with each other. The mixed up and chaotic romantic comedy starts now. Okay, this seems very interesting, and this is another one that is probably a no for me, but it's one I will be watching the trailer to in part 2 of this video, where I will most likely confirm that I won't be watching this. But if you guys want me to, then leave a comment down below and I'll definitely think about it. But I do think it's a no from me. Science fell in love, so I tried to prove it. R equals 1, sine equals 0. This is a second season, so that's going to be a no for me. Then we go into the Dawn of the Witch, or Ahutsukai Remeki. I can't remember who am I, what am I? Seville is a student at Magic Academy who has no memories of anything from before he joined the school. Not understanding why he's there, the time he spends at the academy feels hollow and empty, and since he doesn't know how to work hard, his grades are always the lowest in his year. Okay, I don't know how to work hard either, but I feel that. I don't know how to work hard either, but I'm trying my best. My grades weren't the lowest, but they weren't the best due to a lot of my attendance being very, very low at school, due to personal stuff, aka me being in a wheelchair. But that's a story for another day. Then, one day, the school headmaster, Albus, orders Seville to participate in a dangerous special training. I want you to spread the use of magic in an area where they hold witch hunts. It has only been a few years since the war between the church and the witches came to an end. The world has not yet fully accepted witches and their magic. This is the dawn of the Age of the Witch. This is a story of how a young man, a boy who is no one special, and his companions, who all hold wounds in their hearts, set out and end up finding themselves. Okay, this seems very interesting. It's an action-adventure comedy fantasy. This could be pretty good. I feel like I would enjoy this. I really do. This is going to be a maybe for me. But this seems really, really good. If I don't watch it right as it drops, this is definitely something that I will be watching at some point. Just not right away. But this is a maybe for me right now. We'll have to wait and see what the general reception of this is, and then I'll maybe get into it. The Executioner and Their Way of Life. Shokei Shoujo no Virgin Road. Not sure what that is. When interdimensional travelers from an underworldly land known as Japan appear, they often bring death and destruction. It's up to executioners like Menno to track and exterminate the lost ones before they wreak havoc. When Menno encounters a beguiling lost one named Akari, it's bloody business as usual. Till Menno discovers Akari can cheat death. That is. Even so, Menno has a job to do, and she is committed to her executioner's mission come hell or high water, provided her newly stirring feelings don't get in the way. This seems pretty awesome. I actually really like this, and this is why I wish the Spring Season 1 wasn't as packed, because this is one, once again, that I'd probably like to watch. I'm not too sure, I'm still very new to anime, right? So all of these synopses are really interesting me, and this is one that I'd probably like, but I'm probably going to have to avoid it, just because, just going off how low down it is, it's probably not as popular, right? But we're going to have to wait and see. Love After World Domination, or Koi Wasakai Seifuku no Atode. The series follows Fudo Aikawa and Desumi Magahara, the leaders of heroic and villainous organizations, respectively. Can their love survive the eternal battle when no one wants world peace and the other world domination? Okay, definitely a clash of interests there, to say the least. It's an action comedy ecchi. I don't know what ecchi is. What is an ecchi anime? Noting or pertaining to a subgenre of Japanese manga, anime, computer games, etc., characterized by light, playful sexual themes and imagery. This is one that I'll probably avoid, to be honest. This is one that I'll probably be avoiding. Not really on the YouTube or Patreon, unless you guys really want this, but I don't think this is one that I'll be going for, personally. There's not enough in the synopsis that really intrigues me, but it could be great. I'm not too sure. Now let's see Summertime Rendering, or Summertime Render. Okay. Upon hearing of Ushio's death, Shinpei returns to his hometown of Wakayama City on Hitogashima and reunites with his childhood friend's family. The funeral goes smoothly, but under the surface something strange is brewing on the island. What mysteries await him on this secluded summer island? I'm not sure what mysteries await him. This is one I need to see the trailer for. There's really not enough here in the synopsis to properly entice me. That's not to say I'm not interested, it's just that with the amount of spring anime, this is one I will probably be avoiding, I think. Potentially. Unless the trailer is really good. In which case, I'll let you guys know, and I might watch it. Subscribe nonetheless. You know, you might see it on the channel at some point. I don't know. There's a lot more here. There's a couple that I'll pick out that I've heard of, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to go for them all. So, first of all, we have Tomodachi Game, which I've heard is somewhat similar to Squid Game, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that, but let's read the synopsis and see. High school student Katagiri Yuichi, who values friendship above all else, enjoys a fulfilling life with his close friends Saogiri Shiho, Mikasa Tenji, Shibe Makoto, and Kogorogi Yutori. However, after a particular incident, they're dragged into a debt repayment game. The only way to beat the Tomodachi Game is to not doubt their friends. Bound together by solid friendships, the game should have been easy. But, will they trust or betray their precious friends? The true nature of humanity is exposed in the ultimate psychological game. Okay, so this is one that I will definitely be watching, 100%. I'm not sure if it's going to be on the YouTube or the Patreon side of things, because I'm not sure how popular it is. Maybe it's going to be like Squid Game, where it blows up and becomes really popular. I have no idea. But this is one that I really, really, really want to watch. I've heard things about it, but it's not been from a lot of people. It seems pretty niche thus far. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've heard that this was actually before Squid Game. This came first. And the anime adaptation seems like one I really, really want to watch. So I definitely will at some point, or I definitely will watch it. I just don't know if it'll be on YouTube or the Patreon side of things. But once again, make sure to subscribe to the channel and you'll see updates on all of these and you'll see whether I'm doing them or not. Now, the Demon Girl Next Door, I don't really know any of these. The only other one that I've heard from these is AOASHI, I think, right? Is there any more here that I've seen? No. No, so we're going to end off with AOASHI, which is a football anime, I think. I'll take you to the world. Ashito Aoi is a middle schooler who lives in Ehime, and the ace of an unremarkable soccer club. The day that they lost the final tournament of middle school, Ashito runs along the ocean in frustration before running into a man who had been watching the game. Okay, that was a misunderstanding on my part. I was like, I thought it said runs across the ocean. I'm like, bro, when did he just like turn into a superhero? Like, what the hell was that? Okay. That man is Tatsuya Fukuda, the coach of the high school aged youth team of leading J-League team, Tokyo City Esperion FC. Okay, we like a bit of the J-League. The J-League's pretty good. I sometimes watch some of the J-League games, or not like full J-League games, but highlights from J-League games or Japanese school team games as well, because I follow Reddit called Reddit/Soccer, and on there sometimes they'll post highlights of like crazy things that happen in those games, and they seem to be really interesting, like really entertaining games of football. If I had more time, I'd probably watch them, but I just currently watch the football team I support and everything, which is FC Bayern, and then I watch like some other Champions League games, and obviously the World Cup, which I'm super excited for. That's going to be awesome. Once again, I am Polish, so I'm rooting for Poland in the World Cup. I do live in Scotland though, so if Scotland were to get in, which I doubt, I'd support them as well, but mainly Poland. Poland is my team. Poland is my city, as a wise man once said. After sensing immense potential in Ashito's still unrefined skills, he describes his ambition. I want to build a team and use it to take over the world. Our club isn't going to be a milestone for players who take on the world. Our club is going to be the world. And to make this happen, I'm going to need some aces to train. After hearing Fukuda's offer, Ashito decides to head to Tokyo and try out for his team. Okay, things we love to see. This is one I would definitely enjoy, and one I'm not too sure will do too well on YouTube. I don't think sports anime does too well on YouTube. Obviously Haikyuu does amazingly, and Haikyuu's an incredible anime, which I did start but I never got to finish due to catching an unfortunate copyright strike on the channel at the time and basically stopping watching any anime that I was watching at the time for a few months. But I'd be down to go back to Haikyuu at some point as well, for sure. But this is one that I want to watch. I really would enjoy this, I'm sure. I do have the trailer tabbed, so that will be in part 2 of this video. But this seems awesome. I likely won't do it for YouTube, but this is a probable one for Patreon. This is one we'll have to wait and see, but once again, this is going to be the last anime that I look through here on this list. And there's just, look how many there is, guys. I cannot do all of these. I cannot. It's just, there's just no way. I think I probably already said yes to way too many here as well, which might have to change the note in the comments. I'll leave a pinned comment once I decide some more. But a lot of these seem really, really good. And I'm definitely interested in a lot of these. So I'll have to keep you guys updated. But right now, once again, just to go over things. Shield Hero, yes. Spy Family, yes. Shikimori, maybe. Curious Demon, maybe. Skeleton Knight, yes. I'm quitting heroing. Wait, did I read this? I did. I did. This is a maybe once again. Aharen-is probably a no. This is probably a no. This is probably a no. The Dawn of the Witch is a maybe. The Executioner and Her Way of Life. This is the... No, this is the ecchi. The ecchi is going to be a no. This is a maybe. This is one that's very interesting as well. Tomodachi Game, I do want to watch. I do want to watch this. I don't know if it'll be on YouTube or Patreon, but definitely subscribe to the channel, and I will keep you updated. AOASHI is one I do want to watch, yes. So, hopefully that helps a little bit. There's a lot of maybes here, a lot of yeses. I'll need to figure out just how I do things as well, because I currently also upload My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, I was going to say, and Shield Hero reactions, but Shield Hero Season 2 just started, so obviously that will be going. But yeah, that'll be it, guys. I'm very, very excited for the spring season of anime. It's going to be awesome to finally watch all the seasonal anime as it drops, you know, because previously I did only do that with Attack on Titan. And I hope you guys look forward to it. I am for sure. And I hope to see you guys in some more of my videos. It'll definitely be worth your time. And with that all being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. And I will see you in the next one.